Now let us discuss the question number 5. It was from linear algebra. The question number 5 says that J be a 2 cross 2 matrix with J square equal to minus I is the identity matrix. Show that if V belongs to R2 with V not equal to 0, then there exists then the vectors V and JV belongs to R2 are linearly independent. Okay, we have to show that V and JV are linearly independent. Okay, so okay, I am claiming that V and JV are linearly independent. Claim V and JV are linearly independent. Okay, now it is given that J square equal to minus I. Okay, it is given us that J square is equal to minus I. So we also can write this as J square plus I is equal to 0. Hence we can say that J satisfies the polynomial x square plus 1. Okay, we can say that J satisfies the polynomial x square plus 1. Hence x square plus 1 is an annihilating polynomial of J. Therefore x square plus 1 is an annihilating polynomial of J. Okay, if x square plus 1 is an annihilating polynomial of J, let us consider the minimal polynomial of J. Let mx be the minimal polynomial of J. Minimal polynomial of J. If mx is the minimal polynomial of J, we know that minimal polynomial divides annihilating polynomial. Hence we can say that mx divides x square plus 1. As the roots of x square plus 1 are complex, we can from this we can conclude that the roots of mx, that is the roots of the minimal polynomial, are not real. Therefore mx has no real root. As just suppose from this we can write x square plus 1 is equal to some mx into some fx. Now mx into some fx. Now if mx has a real root alpha, that is m of alpha is equal to 0, if we put alpha here, we can say that alpha square plus 1 equal to m of alpha into f of alpha. As m of alpha is equal to 0, we can say it 0. So alpha is a root of x square plus 1. So as if alpha is a real number, then we can say that x square plus 1 has a real root, but we know that the roots of x square plus 1 are complex, and mx has no real root. Okay, now as mx has no real root, we know that minimal polynomial and characteristic polynomial has same root except multiplicity. So we can say that it has the let chx be the characteristic polynomial of A, the heuristic polynomial of J. Okay, chx be the characteristic polynomial of J. We know that minimal polynomial and characteristic polynomial has same roots except multiplicity. So we can say that as minimal polynomial has no real root, hence the characteristic polynomial has no real root, and hence J has no real eigenvalues. J has no real eigenvalues. Okay, J has no real eigenvalues. Now we claim that V and JV are linearly independent. Okay, if V comma JV is linearly dependent, then we can write JV equal to some scalar C into V, where C belongs to R. As V not equal to 0, V is a non-zero vector, and we can write JV equal to V. From this we can say that C is an eigenvalue of j, where c is a real number, but we already proved that j has no real number, which is a contradiction. Which is a contradiction. Hence, we can say that V and JV are linearly dependent. Sorry, we can say that V and JV are linearly independent. Linearly independent. Okay. Now the second part says that show that there exists an invertible 2 cross 2 real matrix U such that U inverse equal to 0, -1, 1, 0. Okay. Now the construction of this matrix U is very technical. First of all, observe that what we have proved. We proved that V and JV belongs to R2 are linearly independent, right? V and JV belongs to R2 are linearly independent, right? So V and JV are column vectors of R2. So now we are using the linearly independentness of V and JV to construct the matrix U. Okay, we are going to use that. First of all, let me construct a matrix M equal to V comma V JV. Sorry, this is not V JV. Okay, as V and JV are linearly independent, we can say that the matrix M is non-singular. M is non-singular and hence invertible. Okay. Now, as M is invertible, we can find the inverse of M. We are saying the M inverse as U. I am claiming that this is our required U. Okay. Now, what we have to show? We have to show that U inverse is equal to 0, -1, 1, 0. Now, how to approach this? Now, let me show you by a back calculation. Okay, that is, we have to show U inverse is equal to 0, -1, 1, 0, right? So, this is equivalent with U inverse is equal to U inverse 0, -1, 1, 0. Okay, so U inverse is nothing but what is U inverse? Inverse of U is M inverse is whole inverse, so it is M. So it is M into 0, -1, 1, 0. So we have to show that U inverse equal to M into 0, -1, 1, 0. So let me start with U inverse. Okay, the value of this is J and the value of U inverse is M inverse is whole inverse. So this is J into the value of M is this M inverse is M. So value of M is V JV. Okay, if we multiply this matrix with this matrix, we will get JV and J square V, right? What is the value of J square? The value of J square is -1. So we can say that this is nothing but JV. Sorry, this is nothing but JV and minus V. Now we actually can write is, as you can see that if we are going to write this as a multiplication of some matrix with the matrix 0, -1, 1, 0. Okay. Now you can see that we have to write some matrix here. Okay, I am saying that you can see the first vector, first column vector of this matrix is JV, and so if we multiply this row with this column, we will get JV. If the value, so the second column vector of this matrix must be JV, as if we multiply this, we get JV into 1, that is JV. And what is the first column vector of this row? Now if we multiply this row with this column, we will get -V. So this must be V. So this is VJV. Now what is the value of VJV? We choose this as the matrix M. So we can write it as M into 0 minus 1 1 0. So we can say that JV is J U inverse. We can say that J U inverse is equal to M into this. So we can say that M inverse J U inverse is equal to 0 minus 1 1 0. What is M inverse? The value of M inverse is U. So we can say that U J U inverse is equal to 0 minus 1 1 0, and this completes the proof.